Season 10 is officially upon us. I'm sorry that I didn't get the retrospectives up. As I posted on the forums a while ago, I recorded the first part, but then the uploading process kind of messed up. And I've been really busy with school, plunging through a creative writing degree, so I've got all that going on. Really, that's kind of at the forefront. It's funny because I've got all this creative writing stuff going on, and it's like, I keep on having to remind myself, like, oh yeah, I also have So You Want to Be an Imagineer. So, I really am not sure how much time I'm going to have on the computer this weekend. So, I'm going to start it a couple days early. Let's do the sign-ups. You know what, I think when we know that we have enough people and we're ready to start, it'll be kind of obvious and we'll just sort of start. So, I don't really want to give too clear-cut of a start date for this. I just kind of want to, just mid-April, somewhere around April 15th or so is when we'll start. Give it at least a couple weeks. But I know there's already a lot of people chomping at the bits to sign up, so let's get this started. So, I've been wanting to make an actual YouTube channel for So You Want to Be an Imagineer, but I've just had a lot of other stuff going on. I tried to make one, but then I couldn't figure out how to change the settings or anything because I'm an idiot, and I couldn't figure out how to actually make the channel title So You Want to Be an Imagineer. I'm sure it's simple. I'm sure I'm just completely just illiterate when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to have it on this channel, which has just kind of been my vlog channel that really no one pays attention to anyway, so it's like, whatever. If you're watching this video, I assume that you know what So You Want to Be an Imagineer is, so I'm not going to get into it. This is specifically for people in the community who know what it is and who plan on participating in Season 10. I'm going to ask you guys a series of 5 survey questions, or 5, just a questionnaire, to get your overall sort of take on who you are as an Imagineer, what your sort of history is with the game, and what your creative influences are. These are really going to help us decide a little later on how to break you guys up into teams, but I'm not going to really reveal exactly how I'm going to do that. I definitely want to make the teams as fair and even as possible this season, so a lot of that's going to come from the first project, which you guys will be doing individually, but a lot of it will also come with how you answer these questions. So with that in mind, question number 1. Out of all the Disney parks, which one do you consider to have the strongest overall design, minus the Magic Kingdom parks? We're not having the Magic Kingdom parks in the equation. What other park has the most strongest design? Honestly, if you say Tokyo Disneyland, I'm going to think that's a little bit of a cop-out, just because that's, everyone knows that's, the world's greatest Disney park, so let's not include Tokyo Disney, or I mean DisneySea, not Disneyland. So let's not include DisneySea in the equation either, just because I feel like that's such an obvious choice. So, besides the Magic Kingdom parks, and besides DisneySea, just because it's so obvious, what Disney park do you feel has the overall strongest design? What is your preference? Do you like the studio parks? Do you like Animal Kingdom? Hell, it could even be California Adventure or Epcot. I'd like to know. I'm sure a lot of people will say Epcot. Just give your reasons. I mean, honestly, Epcot's kind of another obvious answer, but, we'll see. We'll see what you guys come up with. Number 2, and I ask this every season, who's your favorite Imagineer? It could be a really old-timer, it could be someone new, it could be whoever you want. Just who out of the real Imagineers do you feel like you look up to the most? Do you feel, it could be any sort of criteria. Just which one is your favorite out of all the Imagineers? Question number 3. Who is your biggest creative influence outside of Disney? Nothing to do with Disney, no Disney anything. Outside of Disney, who as an artistic individual has influenced you the most? This is another question I usually ask. Number 4, what is your history with the game, and what are your goals this season? It's kind of a 2-part question. If you're a returning player, just kind of give, your overall, history with it, how many times have you played. If you're new to the game, what do you know about the game, what don't you know about the game? If you have any questions, this would probably be a good spot to ask it. And also, again, what is your goal? Like just basically, like, where are you at creatively, and where do you want to be through the course of the season? What is your goal? And not just to win, but just for you personally. And number 5, and perhaps the biggest question of all, are you a purist or are you an innovator? Now, really, this is an interesting question, and me and Manning and Reith have kind of talked about this a lot. This season isn't going to be down the line purists versus innovators. I'm going to, both teams, like, will have purists and innovators, you know, regardless of what you pick. But basically, a purist is someone who sticks to the ideals of Disney, who knows what works and sticks to it. An innovator is someone who can kind of think outside the box a little bit more, takes risks. Both of these schools of thought, you know, we've had winners come from both of these trains of thought. We've had great players come. I'd consider Disney Son 1 to actually be one of the biggest purists we've had. And he's obviously a big power player. He came really close to winning last season. He probably would have won Season 8 or come close to winning Season 8 had it not been for the staff loss power. So, yeah, when I think of a purist, I think of someone like Disney Son 1. Maybe King Mickey a little bit. When I think of an innovator, I think more someone like ADV Blue Dude or PL7764. People who have had kind of more sort of, you know, far out ideas that don't necessarily stick to the guidelines of what might, you know, just kind of outside of your comfort zone, really. And again, it's kind of just your own personal style. There's no right or wrong answer, and I want to see people come from both on this. So, are you a purist or are you an innovator? What do you consider yourself out of those two? And finally, and this is just an asterisk question, you don't really have to answer it, it's only if you want to, do you want to be a team leader? And if so, what qualities do you feel like you could bring to the table in this? You could be a completely new player in this, you could be a total veteran, it doesn't matter. Do you want to be a team leader this season, and what do you feel like you could bring to the table? You know, depending on how you answer this question, if however many we get, we'll pick the best 2 that we find. Honestly, if none of you decide that you want to step up as team leader, we'll just pick you. Like, we will pick you. So, I really hope we get some volunteers, because the thing that we would do otherwise if no one steps up is we'll basically just pick the 2 strongest projects from Project 1 that get turned in, and they're pretty much team leader by default if no one signs up for it. So I really hope people step up to the plate with that one. So yeah, on the forum I'll actually have these questions in text form if you don't want to keep up with this video. You know, it's going to be really fun. I'm really looking forward to using this YouTube channel and really interacting with you guys. I'm also going to see if we can get Disney Son 1 and his comments on here too. We'll see about that. I might just upload individual videos with him. I don't know. We'll see. We're still kind of figuring it out. But yeah, those are your 5 questions with the 6 team leader one if you want to be a team leader. So let the games begin. Season 10, the anniversary edition. I'm really looking forward to this, guys. Alright.